This is WFO Radio.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Elon, how are you, sir?
I'm doing great. Happy end of 2025.
It is. We've got one more day left.
Yes.
Excited about it.
One more day, and then we're on into 2026 for the NHRA Mission Foods Drag Racing Series. Can't believe it.
Yeah, it's going to be fun, man. All right, before we get started, I'm Jason Logan. That's Elon Werner. We have zero. Oh, Lick and Lonnie.
Look at that. Lick and Lonnie.
Happy New Year. That could happen tonight. Who knows?
Yeah.
But yeah, like and share the show, everybody. Please do so. That helps us out. If you didn't get your NHRA or Life's a Drag merch, I got my shirt.
Yep, and I actually had my coffee mug out. We're switching all of our plates. Big day today at the Werner household, switching all the Christmas stuff out and going back to our regular stuff.
Oh, that's a big day.
So we're having a big neighborhood progressive game night tonight. So we got to get our house all squared away.
Yeah, you have to. That's the only thing I hate about the holidays is switching everything in and out.
Yeah, I'm envious of the people that have like just the Christmas room.
Yeah,
that they just take all the stuff from their house and put it in one room.
Yeah,
and then they're done with it. We got to box stuff up. We got to put it up in the area. Now we have some neighbors that have a lift going up to their attic.
Oh, wow.
And that's next level.
That is totally next level.
And it's big enough that they think can get like half of their Christmas stuff on it, lift it up, shove it to the side, lower it, put the other half, and then they're just done. Like that's the only thing they keep in that area.
Yeah, my mother-in-law, she had a second floor, but then she had a whole room that she was devoted to the Christmas tree. She just rolled that Christmas tree out, put it downstairs. Yeah, fully decorated the entire thing. It was awesome. I was like, man, I wish I had that.
And we're not to flex on the WFO radio network. We're a 6 Christmas tree household.
Wow, that's
now
huge.
Only one. Well, we got a new Christmas tree this year. We have like a 9-foot tree in our living room, and like a 6-foot tree, and then 4 3-foot trees. Like we have like a small family tree. I have a Pittsburgh Steelers tree. Abby has an Abby tree, and Nick has like a Nick tree.
Okay. Wow.
Okay.
I think we have one, the one we put presents under, and then my wife's got a couple just kind of little smaller ones around the house.
Yeah, that's the deal. But it sounds super impressive when you're like, the Werner Mansion 6.
Yeah,
like,
right.
You see, Josh Hart had a tremendous post of drag racers have 2 of everything, and in his living room, it looks like he has 2 Rockefeller center-sized trees on either side of his fireplace.
That's too much.
No, it looked good.
Yeah, if you can make it look good. But if you had if you wanted to, like, it's the decorating. Like I don't have like when I left my mom's house a long time ago, she was like, hey, do you guys want anything out of the house? I go, you know what I want? I want the ornaments that we made when we were little kids.
Right. Oh, we still have a lot of those.
Yeah, we had like the clothespin, like wooden clothespin. Superheroes out of them. Like we had Batman and Robin and Superman.
Yep.
Those were great. And then I got married, and my wife's like, what are those? We're not hanging those up. I go, yes, we freaking are.
Yeah,
I have that when I was 5.
That are like the old time. I don't think they're brass. They may be brass, but they're like the super thin printed stamped brass,
right?
That are like just super 1970s old school of like a sled, and then it just says Elon on it, like 1973. Right.
Yeah.
So yeah, but to me, it's funny. I put the lights up on our house. We just do like white lights around the edge.
Sure.
And it's so much fun to, it's kind of meticulous to put them up because, you will have the light at the top of the peak and then kind of all the bulbs trying to go in the same direction.
Yep.
But when they come down, I'm just like on the ground, just pulling, and they're just going, and like the little pins are just like shooting. Like,
right.
It takes me probably an hour and a half or 2 hours to sort them and put them all up. Down 20 minutes.
See, I can't do that. Good job, Derail 81.
Yeah.
Anything more than one tree is overkill. You're just asking
for like presents. I get it, but like decorations, and again, these are like small, like here, I think I can show you, like, that's the Steelers tree.
Yeah, exactly. Those are the trees we have around our house.
You know.
So sorry, I'm coughing.
That's okay. We're all getting over the crud.
I got sick last week, and I have been fighting it up until last night. And I was like, man, I got to make it to this show. You know, when you have, it's the feed a cold, starve a fever, that whole deal.
Yes.
Well,
yes.
I was opposite, and I'm like, man, I can't get rid of this thing. And all of a sudden, last night it came to a head. Like literally, I had like my sinus head. It was like everything was up here. I was out at the boat ramp at like 48-degree weather with a 10-degree wind. It was bad, and people were still going out. But we have to stay open because Disney makes us stay open. And I was freezing. You know how you get the shivers and you just you can't sit down. That was me last night.
Christmas at Disney World has to be just like literally magical.
It's magical if you're there and you have all the money in the world you can spend. Yeah, but when you have to work, it's I worked. What did I work? I worked 3:30 to 10:30 on Christmas Day, and I worked 2:30 to 10:30 Christmas Eve night. Christmas Eve was a little more fun than Christmas Day. People on Christmas Day were rolling out, having it, they were doing their thing. A lot of matching, pajamas that were worn on Christmas Day. There was no place to park. Because Disney Springs is it's basically a big outdoor mall with a ton of restaurants and tons of shopping. But man, people come out there just to walk around and just be in the feel the aura of Christmas at Disney. So and there's tons of trees, there's tons of everything. And but man, if you didn't get out there early enough, good luck finding the parking spot.
Brutal. All right, so I'm going to bring it back to drag racing. We race on Labor Day. That's basically the holiday we race on. We don't race on Memorial Day. What do you?
We used to run on July 4th in Norwalk.
Yeah, we used to run on July 4th, and to me, that's like the best holiday for drag racing.
Labor Day?
No, like 4th of July.
Oh, 4th of July. Oh, yeah.
Like we used to Norwalk. We used to run on 4th of July.
Yeah,
and that was fantastic.
I did like that, especially there, man. It was great. I will not be at the boathouse. I will be DJing someplace else, making it fun.
Yeah, nice. So, do you have your New Year's Eve DJ lineup mix? Like, what are your go-to?
I usually do. I saw somebody. What's Mike Eames, division director? He posted, if you play In the Air Tonight at 11:56.
Yes, I saw seconds,
that. You'll hit New Year's Eve right at the drum fill. I think that's definitely going to be played tonight, right then and there.
Nice.
That's going to be awesome. But
so do you have like your New Year? Like, how do you manage like a New Year's Eve? You got slow dances, you got fast dances. Is there a formula?
No, there's no slow dancing. So I used to do DJ Contemporary at Disney World upstairs, and I was there from like 6:30 till like 1 a.m. And it was a big. People would pay $750 for like this great dinner, all you could drink, all you can eat. And so there was some slow music for the dinner time as people were coming in. They had 2 fireworks shows, so that was kind of cool. Now they got a new show director, and they went someplace else. We found they got like bands and stuff, and no one likes that stuff. But anyways, so now I'm at one of our resorts that we do, and we do like all kinds of entertainment out there throughout the years. And then my wife says, all right, I got to bring in the heavy hitter for New Year's Eve. And I'm like, oh, great. But yeah, it's one of those that we're on a pool deck. Last year it was hot enough for people to go swimming. It's going to be in the low 40s tonight. I don't think people are swimming, so it could be a different scene.
But usually on how much that free drink they have.
Right. Well, that's going to be a thing because so tonight it's probably just going to be straight out. Let's go for it. There probably won't be any slow songs. We're just going to play upbeat. Every line dance on the planet will come out. Last year was cool because I was supposed to play from 9:30 to 12:30. They were showing one of the semifinals on New Year's Eve,
right?
Or one of the big games.
We get that again tonight.
Yeah, so I basically didn't start till like 10:30, so that was good. 2 hours of just nothing, but so yeah, no, it's a mix. I mean, it's going to be a lot of what you heard at the banquet.
Yeah.
Except they got to be a little more family friendly because there's families and everything
Yeah.
out there. But yeah, a lot of all kind of top 40, some rock, some hip hop. We'll figure out life.
So do you have some good, like back in the day, do you have some good New Year's Eve, you and your wife going out stories? No.
In this world, there's no New Year's Eve. You know what? We did go to New Year's Eve one year. I was like, chose not to work. And I was like, because that's the big payday here,
Sure.
New Year's Eve, because you can just charge whatever you want. People are fine with it. But we did go to my good friend Joey Fatone's house for New Year's Eve.
Oh, nice.
That was great. He had his own little fireworks display. And then at midnight, he rolled out the breakfast buffet. Oh, my God. It was so
really
good. It was so
good. Were there some of other Joey Fatone's celeb friends there?
Oh, yeah. I believe Lance Bass was there. What's his name? Ryan. Man, I'm now drawing a blank, and I know this guy. There's a couple other celebrities, and my wife was like, "Oh my God, we're going to Joey Fatone's house. What am I supposed to wear?" I go, "There's gonna be a bunch of kids there. Don't worry about it. It's all families and stuff." And yeah, it was. She got all dressed up, and I'm like in jeans and in a shirt, and she's like, "Really? That's what you're wearing at Joey's house?" I go, "This is what I always wear at Joey's house." What are you talking about? Yeah, but it was good. It was a fun time, and then karaoke machine shows up, and we get crazy.
Yeah, so my wife and I, like many years ago, this may have been pre-kids, in Dallas, you could do the radio station all-inclusive kind of at the Intercontinental or the West End or something. And I remember we did that a couple years with like a couple other couples, and it was like off the good time early, like you're 30 years old and you're just raging.
Yeah. Those are always
now we
fun.
just get a bunch of families together, and also good point, Keith. Yeah, we got our neighbors together. We're doing a 3-house progressive game night thing.
Yeah, that's the best way to do it. Listen, I remember back in the day, like in college, one of my friends goes, "Hey, I'm chartering a bus and we're all going downtown." And this is back when going downtown in Orlando was a little safer. And so I brought my girlfriend with me, and that didn't go so well at the end of the night because we all were kind of drunk and having way too much fun, and she was not into it. And I'm like, okay, well, I don't know what to tell you because all our cars are over there, and we were planning on. She took a cab home. Enjoy. We didn't stay together very much.
Didn't make it around. Okay, so do you do any of the New Year's Eve traditions? Like I'm doing beans. I have my ham hock from Christmas Day that I've had in the fridge that
right.
But do you
what kind of beans though?
I'm actually just doing pinto beans. I'm not doing black eyed peas.
See, we do black eyed peas.
Yeah, I'm just gonna get a bean waiver.
Okay.
I have a really good bean recipe, and with the ham hock, it's going to be on point.
Yeah.
Because they sell beans. This is a sidebar. They sell beans in way too big. I mean, I understand why you get a 6-pound bag of beans, and that's your only option.
Right.
But sometimes for a family unit, I just need 2 servings of beans.
That's it.
4 cups. Just give me 4 cups of beans. I may have to just do a bean co-op with some of my neighbors. I'm like, okay, I'm going to go buy beans.
Yeah.
I don't need 6 pounds. Forget it.
Excuse me. Yeah, we do the black eyed peas because we're from the South, and my mom's like, you better get your black eyed peas so you have some good luck next year. Now,
do you do what's the deal? I've seen people getting underneath the table and eating 12 green grapes. Have you seen this thing?
No, that sounds
some wackadoo. I don't know what that's all about, but any other New Year's, obviously college football is going to dominate.
Yeah, what games are on today? I had totally blanked out. I was watching. I've been watching through a window.
I should know since I'm working the college football national championship game, but I don't really start paying attention until we get down to the final 2. I think tonight, it's definitely not Texas. It's the Cotton Bowl tonight, so that's Ohio State and Ole Miss. Maybe no.
No, Miami's playing. I know Miami's playing Ohio State.
Okay, then it's Miami, Ohio State tonight. Miami, Ohio State, I think, on Cotton Bowl. Thank you very much, Keith.
There we go. Thank you, Keith.
And then tomorrow's just going to be a great day. Just the 3 other quarterfinal games. But last night, did you watch the TCU USC game?
I was watching it, and then I fell asleep. And I was like, it was 14-13, I fell asleep.
for the whole second half, pulling for my Horned Frogs. And the overtime touchdown, USC, they're obviously a linebacker factory.
Right.
They had some guys just pummeling guys. And this guy caught this pass out in the flat in overtime and got totally jacked right on the sideline. But he was able to absorb the hit and twist his body and still keep his legs moving.
Right.
And just ran down with 4 inches from his foot to the sideline and ran it in for a game-winning touchdown. But I was like, how he didn't get totally knocked out of bounds, I don't know. It was pretty impressive.
That's awesome. You know what's funny is you think of college football players as being huge monsters, right? Or the NFL players. The NFL guys are the 1% of 1%.
Yeah.
But then you go out there and you watch these kids, and especially at all the bowl games, and you realize how small they are. They're not that big. These are D1, full scholarship kids that are 6 foot, tall and 190 pounds. And you're just like, okay, that guy can run fast. That's what that guy.
But then they have some guys that are enormous human, the guys that they're the 1% they're going to go from college to pros.
Right.
Are just some enormous human beings. I remember a couple of years ago at the national championship game when Washington was playing, and they just had some massive offensive linemen. And I was just like, do you just go into a grocery store and treat it like an all-you-can-eat buffet? What? How?
Yeah, right.
So, all right. So we want to do. I see some drag racing questions in here. No, IHRA is not buying Norwalk.
No, but they did buy Topeka.
They bought Topeka. And again, I'm all for keeping racetracks alive and well. I'm not for choking out existing racetracks. But Norwalk, I believe, is solidly. Bill Bader had a great post about his support for the NHRA and what it means to be part of the NHRA. And I think everyone that's an NHRA fan and has an NHRA track should get behind his attitude of supporting the NHRA, not taking anything away from the IHRA, but just support what we have at the NHRA.
There's no way, as much as Bill Bader loves that racetrack and it's been in his family, there's no way that number would have to be astronomical for him to think about selling that place.
And I will say, though, if you are in the Norwalk area or Ohio area, you do need to support, if you're a racer or a spectator or a sponsor, you need to support Norwalk because he is now surrounded by IHRA tracks.
Yeah.
And, I haven't figured out what IHRA's business model is yet. They appear to just have unlimited funds. But, I think they could really F with Norwalk, particularly at the regional and local level, by just paying stupid money, Norwalk's not going to pay stupid money. They're going to run a good business, and they're going to give you a great show, and they're going to give you a great place to race.
Yep.
But you're not going to go to a super gas race and win $5,000 when there's only 17 cars there.
Correct.
That's just not going to happen. Now if someone else just doesn't care about money, they could do that, and that's just not a good idea. So Topeka being bought, Memphis being bought, Atlanta being bought, that's great. Let's keep these tracks alive and prosperous. But let's all also be mindful of, NHRA events, divisionals, regionals, all that good stuff. So
what, Monica, what do you mean? What do you mean by it's on your radar for next year? You want to buy Norwalk? What's going on, Monica?
Yeah, I think hopefully Monica's going to go check it out. Monica's going to get on the road.
Good. She should. Topeka, I saw that and I'm going, okay, have fun with that one. My big question is with Topeka. I know that Flying H was built to compete with Topeka, and those guys had a whole,
the whole thing.
And I heard that Flying H couldn't really open for a big race because the guy who owns Topeka owned the access road to get in there.
Yes, that I heard there's some kind of crazy land ownership deal.
Yeah.
But then I also heard that Topeka has some property tax situations. So if you're buying Topeka, you got to pay like a ton of back taxes because they appraised it really, really high. So, I mean, Yeah.
Hold on,
It's
we have a
just-
special guest. We have a special guest.
Hang on. Who's our special guest?
This is unannounced. He just decided to show up and see what's going on. You want to come in there,
please,
Chief?
Please be John Force. Please be John Force.
All right, here he comes.
Is it John Force?
Look at this guy.
Oh, so look at Miami Joe.
Right. Look at he's got the suede or the velour jumpsuit.
I mean, he's got his pompadour. I mean, he is ready for New Year's Eve already.
I am.
Are you playing bocce ball right now? That looks like a bocce ball outfit.
You know, yes. It is. It is a bocce outfit. But no, I'm not playing bocce right now. We got to get our bocce tournament going in St. Louis again.
Yes. Yeah, so do you just call it bocce? I've never really played. You don't call it bocce ball. It's just called bocce.
You just shorten it. Just like everything else in the world. You shorten bocce.
So why don't we just call it botch? We're gonna go play some botch.
Play botch.
Yeah. Botch could be botch.
Hello, Joe Costello. Happy New Year.
Happy New Year to you guys.
What are you doing, Joe?
I'm great. I saw you on here. I thought, my gosh, these guys, they said they were going to do a show, and they're doing a show. This is crazy.
Yeah.
I'm going to go on there and say hello to them and wish them happy University of Miami Hurricanes.
Yes. Happy University of Miami Hurricanes, hopefully heading to the semifinals.
Wouldn't that be amazing?
That'd be so great.
Sorry, Ohio State people. Listen, they're the favorites. We're the big underdog here.
No.
Big underdog. You know, what are we going to do, right?
I think Miami is going to own the state of Texas. They're going to win at A&M, and then they're going to win tonight. Ohio State does not have a good record in the Cotton Bowl. Mizzou beat them a couple of years ago in the Cotton Bowl.
Okay.
So you got that going for you. Plus,
as much as I don't like Miami, I would love to see them beat Ohio State. That would make my day.
I mean, it's not quite Catholics versus convicts, but it is very close, I think.
See, by the way,
so for the Canes, it's the biggest. That's what the thing. Any debate about the college football playoff, all you have to do is look at the way this city down here in Miami, we're treating this serious, man.
Yeah,
it's a big deal. This is a huge game. It's like the Super Bowl down here.
Yeah.
Well, it should be.
Joe, one thing we were going to get into, and I don't want to put you too much on the spot, but one of the things. The goal of the show was to kind of do a little review best of 2025 on the NHRA. But what are one or two things that stick out to you that were great about 2025, whether it's a race or something that happened at, like an actual head-to-head race or something that happened at a race?
Okay.
What's like a best of moment for you from 2025?
Oh, I'm disappointed. You said you're going to put me on the spot. I thought it was time for the airing of grievances.
Oh, we can get to that too.
Is Festivus still going on? I apologize.
In the past. That's an interesting concept there, Elon. I will definitely consider some of the many things that occurred over the course of the year. For me, I think, like right from the core, right? Like no thought in the Brittany Force 340s all around the country, like everywhere we went. Like, would a 340 happen? I'm cut from the cloth of Gainesville Raceway record-breaking every year. Saw Bernstein and Amato go 260. Saw Garlitz go 270. Being in the crowd in the grandstands, like hoping and feeling the anticipation of like that barrier being broken.
Right.
Would it happen? The discussion, like being in the crowd and hearing people thinking about it, talking about it. I know what it's like. And so will we see our first 340? It had to be the talk of the fans everywhere we went, that it was possible. And for that to be delivered upon so many times over the course of the year, I think that's the story. That's really the story of the season for me.
I agree. And I think Friday night at Dallas was really like like you were just talking about, like there's like this energy and it's Friday Night Live and it's building up and all these things. And then you and Loans are hyping it. And it was just like a perfect synergy of this is why you buy a ticket to a drag race, to see history.
To see it happening, to see something seen before.
Well,
that's the bummer of not having digital tickets now. Now without printed tickets, you can't be like, this is the ticket for the race where Brittany ran 340 for the first time at the Motorplex.
Yeah, I agree. Like as much as everybody's like, oh, there's not that many people at the races, everybody's complaining about this stuff. We had multiple Friday night sessions that were set up and perfect conditions to run that number. And I mean, I found myself standing up and getting closer to the track every time Brittany got up there to run. Even Austin Prock, I'm like, oh, here we go. Let's see. And it was like it being down there on the starting line, and Joe knows this. You can feel it, you can hear it. People, and just between Joe and Galvin and Loans, hyping it up and getting everybody ready to go and tell everybody what you're getting ready to see here could be history. And then when it happened, and then when you go 340, and then all of a sudden 341. Let's just skip over 342 and let's just go to 343. That was absolutely. Yeah, that's hands down the story of the entire year. And for Brittany to do that on her farewell tour, I mean, and you know she's talking about it throughout the entire year. She just doesn't make that decision without, carefully thinking about it. But knowing that and then going out there and performing and setting records, that was amazing this whole year.
And I will agree with Derail 81 that I think the head-to-head race of the year was the Indy final, Tony Stewart versus Justin Ashley.
Yep, I agree.
With everything on the line, and Justin getting that U.S. Nationals win. And yes, Tony Stewart was a regular season champion, but I love this year was the first year of the regular season championship, and the fact that your regular season champions didn't all just cakewalk to world championships. Yeah, I think that's going to be really an added benefit for the teams, because I was at an event. They did a big bowling tournament at PRI, and Tony Stewart was able to be introduced as 2025 regular season champion, which is a legit thing. Now, it's really cool. I think that's going to be really beneficial for teams, and it's going to add a whole nother element of regular season champions and world champions, and I want to see that program grow.
Here we go. We're looking into next year. Look at this. Preseason predictions from Nighthawk.
Look at this.
Josh Hart, Top Fuel champion. Fast Jack champ, funny car. Greg Anderson, Pro Stock champ. Matt Smith, Pro Stock motorcycle champ.
I could get behind all those predictions. I think those.
What are they again?
Josh Hart winning Top
Fuel. Fast Jack, funny car.
Yeah.
Greg Anderson, Pro Stock car. And Matt Smith motorcycle.
You know what? I'm feeling contrarian. I'm going to go on the record saying that none of those will happen.
Okay.
Feel it. So I wanted to mention a moment ago, I got a spam call, guys. I haven't really been on this end of the deal. The spam call comes in. It knocks you offline. It's terrible. I apologize. I did want to mention Doug Coletta and Sean Langdon also got 340s.
Yep.
They got on the board. They deserve to be mentioned.
Yeah, for sure.
That's all.
Yeah, and I think so. It'll be curious to see. We still don't know what it's looking like for Austin Prock next year. We still.
I don't know. I think he's going to IndyCar.
Yeah, I mean,
what's funny is everybody else knows. I saw Susan Wade from Auto Week just saying where he might be going. I'm like, okay, Susan. Glad you know.
Let's just hope everybody involved with the team is appreciative of the collective effort to keep the secret that everyone is making. That's the kind of people we are, guys. Any one of us could run the story.
Look, Nicole, worst kept secret. I still, again, I tell people all the time, you want to know who's racing for who or who's being sponsored by who, get your tickets for the Gator Nationals.
That's right.
That's the only way to definitively know. You can think oh, I've heard this, and there's this January 15th announcement, and there's obviously, I saw this guy wearing this badge at PRI. But until those cars roll out into the staging lanes at Gator Nationals, you don't effing know.
By the way, Elon, weren't you the one reporting what badge he was wearing?
Oh, now, Sam Fabiano was wearing a Tasca Racing credential.
Okay, just making sure.
That's, again, he ain't racing. He's a worker bee guy. He's a behind the scenes guy.
Well, I'm excited to be able, and again, for your viewers and the WFO universe out there, it's out of respect. It's out of respect that we don't go like, this is what we think. When the time is right.
Yep, they'll tell us.
Great conversation piece. It's going to be a great hot topic. There is something that does concern me that I'm hoping, because I've heard the rumor two ways. I've heard going to a team that'll have another car, and I'm hearing going to a team that might not have another car.
Right.
And so
that assumptions were made.
And that's genuinely up in the air. And I can tell you that if it's the latter, I'm going to be pissed.
Yeah.
I'm going to be upset. I'm going to be like, what? Because one of like maybe one of the more dynamic personalities that I enjoy might not be driving.
Yeah,
and that would be annoying.
Because I want to see the hello, kitty cat. Which one of these cats is that, Joe?
That's Mama Cat.
Oh,
Mama Cat's outside hanging out with me. I had them all out here, but one of them went over the fence and sent me on a wild goose chase, which delayed my guest appearance here. And so now they're all inside. The Mama Cat is the only one that can be out.
I think we're going to have some great rivalries next year.
Of course.
I think the Josh Hart with a really good car taking on a lot of people he's had some beefs with in the past.
Yep.
Now they're on a little bit better even playing field, and you can have the whole discussion about reaction times versus playing games and all that stuff. Now, that's going to come to a forefront. I think in Funny Car, you're going to have Tasca and Proc and Beckman and Jordan Vandergriff and all these guys battling it out, plus, J.R. Todd, resurgent J.R. Todd. And it'll be interesting to see the exodus of Toyota, how that impacts stuff.
I'm excited to find out how does JFR gets off on a bad foot. They just somebody doesn't qualify in Gainesville. They don't have all their ducks in a row. All those personalities they got over there, and they're not family. They can kind of they don't have to fall in line with John Force, which they probably will. But it could get a little
delicious over there.
That's what I'm saying. I mean, that whole just say it just doesn't go right. And then all of a sudden, see what happens.
Wow. Yeah. And the Coletta, there were so many years, a few years ago, where Coletta was a little lost in the forest. And then Alan Johnson got over there. And then really, Doug Coletta wins his second world championship. And I don't think really that's talked about enough about that comeback and that dominance.
Right.
But, Sean Langdon being so close, they're going to be so formidable. And then you still have Antron. You're going to have Matty Gordon in the mix. Clay Milliken and Tony Schumacher. I think Tony's going to be out more. I mean, it's going to be exciting times in all the classes. And I think Elite is going to be a lot better in Pro Stock.
I agree.
They're going to have.
They have to be. I mean,
they can't be much worse than last year.
Yeah, that's what I mean. They have to get better.
Yeah, and I think they will. And I think Greg Anderson is a little butthurt that he didn't get a chance to win that world championship.
Oh, that's why I think Nighthawk thinks he's going to win because, I mean, yeah, put a chip on his shoulder, put a chip on Erica's shoulder, forget it. They start going crazy.
Yeah. And Pro Stock Motorcycle.
Greg and Dallas had the best cars all year long.
Yeah.
And, just a couple of critical moments. Greg made some mistakes. Dallas rose to the occasion. But, favorites 1 and 2 going into next year, no doubt.
Yeah. So,
I don't know if you know, Elon, we found out on the Hear It From Heiner Patreon only Pro Stock Crew Chief show, which is a secret show for our Patreon. But there was rumblings at PRI about a last second rules change. Once again, in Pro Stock, you may recall 2 years ago, they did that intake manifold thing with 4 days before the season. And it had to do with, inside the intake manifolds, the KB guys had like little directors and wing things to control the airflow. And very last second, there was a rule change that made them take all of that out. So they were very upset. This is 2 years ago. Greg came back, won the championship, and then Dallas won it again this year. So they really knuckled down at work. But there was a lot of discussion at PRI about a rules change for this year.
Ooh.
As related to bringing back hood scoops and all of those things. Turns out as of last week when we did the Hear It From Heiner show, that was not going to happen for this year, but potentially for next year.
For 2027.
Yes. The location of the throttle bodies and whether or not cars can or will have hood scoops or not, that is still nothing announced officially, but the Pro Stock teams there was a whole second layer.
Wow.
about who was for it, who was against it, who was quitting, who was never going to stop racing because, it costs a lot of money regardless. So here we are, we're going to change the rules again. Why? Why are we going to change the rules again? And the discussion point was so that Elite could catch up.
Interesting.
That they're behind. And this is not my opinion, just what was spoken.
Right.
Multiple places. I had a conversation with Richard and Jake, and the discussion was had about where the throttle body is and whether it's easy to tune or hard to tune, and maybe it's too hard to tune, it's too complex. But in the context of others think they're just trying to catch up, shake the Etch-a-Sketch, if you will.
Yeah.
Like, oh, okay, well, we're going to change the rules, start from scratch again. And people were pissed, man. People be pissed. So we'll see.
What about this, Joe? What about this? Michaela talking about changing the rules. Michaela says, I know some people who are convinced that NHRA is going to slow down the nitro cars this offseason. Any insight on that, if it's true or not?
I haven't heard anything about slowing them down.
Oh, I've heard that every year since 2009.
Yeah, like that. Normal grumblings about it.
Yeah,
right.
But I think they're going to let them get to 345. I think they're going to let them get to 345, and then they'll have serious discussions with Goodyear. But I've heard the Goodyear guys say their tires are good up to 350.
There is an interview with Todd Rogers and the Goodyear guys in the WFO archive. After the show is over, you can go find it, where they, when we're talking about taking the AirPods off the sides, the mud flaps.
Right, whatever, yeah.
Boy, that was a big story at the start of the season.
Yeah, no kidding.
That just like, all right, we drove it into the ground. These things are gone. Stop talking about it. And we did. We stopped talking about it. Didn't mention it from halfway point on. Didn't even get mentioned. But anyway, the Goodyear guys were talking about how their tires, they're confident in their tires, especially now they brought the temperature down by removing. They think that they're better. I had a conversation with Lex June at PRI, and Lex is, he's doing the 8th mile thing this year, and also 1,000 foot at NHRA. And, he's talking about the rev limiter causes problems. There's always an ongoing discussion. Yes, but I don't think they're going to change anything. Let's use our brains. Excuse me. It's the 75th season of the NHRA. Yes. We are going into this like it's going to be an incredible run from state to state, coast to coast, celebrating 75 years. We're going to do some sort of major change to slow the cars down. We're within 90 days right now of the first race. We haven't heard anything of it. No. Yeah.
I think there's going to be more positive surprises for fans and TV viewers this year. That stuff is just going to happen because I'm hopeful that tracks are just going to take ownership of it, and it's just they're all going to try to one up each other on your 75th anniversary experience. Like, we're all going to have legends, but we're going to have legends that you can get a ride along with. We're going to have an autograph session with the legends. Our legends are going to bring some of their garage full of memorabilia out, and a legend's going to be like, hey, here's the tires from Kenny Bernstein's 300 mile per hour Top Fuel dragster that we're going to auction off. I'm hopeful that things like that are going to happen.
Are you just hopeful, or do you have inside information?
I have no inside information.
I'm hopeful. I'm hopeful that Shirley Muldowney is going to karaoke Freddie Mercury's greatest hits, but I'm confident that is going to happen.
Yeah, I will just say for Drag Race Bracket Bonanza, we're digging deep into the 75th anniversary, and we're going to try to pull some kick-ass prizes out of the hat for special winners for people that sign up. We're looking at doing a 75th bracket special for each category this season, and there'll be some amazing, ridiculous prizes involved in that.
Maybe I could get a legend to shoot T-shirts and stuff at people. That'd be kind of fun.
Yeah,
I love it.
But that's the thing is, all these guys you're seeing, all these guys just have all this stuff, and what are they going to do with it?
Yeah, you can't take it with them.
I think that thought all the time as I have been trying to downsize my Costello Media / Costello household. Like I can't even imagine the stuff you've acquired over the years.
Just look behind him.
It's I mean, it's luckily it's growing, So that's the that Toyota. That's the roof hatch off of Caps's car that he blew off at Gainesville last year.
Now, Elon, let me ask you this question: how do you go about getting that? You walk over to Caps's pit. Hey, man, you're not going to need that anymore. Can I have that?
Well, Caps knows I like his broken stuff, but the hood scoop, I saw it shoot off, and I was sitting with Abby in the press room, and I was like, man, I got to get my hands on that hood scoop because I saw it like skipping down the track. So I waited a polite amount of time, which was until like 9:00 on Sunday night. And I sent Tom Buckingham and Guido, the two crew chiefs for Caps, a text and said, hey, looked like that roof hatch took some damage. If you're not going to use it, I would love to get my hands on it.
Okay, that's how we do it.
And then the next morning, Buckingham texted me and was like, we got it set off to the side for you.
Wow.
But there's been times when like Caps blew his car up in Brainerd, and Jeff Wolf, who was his PR guy at the time with Don Schumacher Racing, just came in the press room with this really cool broken piece of the carbon fiber that Caps had signed. And he's like, I don't know why Caps gave this to me, but he told me to give it to you.
Add to the collection.
Sometimes guys just kind of, just stuff is, I don't really ask for too much stuff. I just let the game come to me a little bit.
Sure.
But, it just kind of, randomly happens. I got a lot more stuff. I got a lot more stuff when I was in the Motorplex. Like the big, right here, those are Caps's Big Bud shootout gloves that he just gave me when I was in the Motorplex because he knew I was a big Caps fan.
That's great. I have no broken. Tommy Johnson Jr. gave me an autographed piston once, which was very nice of him. Thank you, Tommy.
Yes.
But I don't really, I've got the wonderful John Force coffee maker that I received. That was a media gift. I think that was great, autographed by John. But I don't really have a lot of like broken parts, carnage stuff, no carbon fiber. No one on the teams has ever like offered anything. I'm definitely not going to ask. And of course, I'd love, like the body is cut in half and it's mounted on the wall and that's great and it's cool and everything. But really, I live in suburb. I don't have space.
And I get some stuff at the draw auctions. Like Cruz does the car show, and I bought he had a burst panel like off the hood that I have that he signed. But speaking of this, can I tell you a very funny John Force story about those coffee makers?
I would love to.
So for people that don't know, one year we would do media gifts, and Force is always great about this. He would give like the best media gifts. So one year we had these coffee makers that looked like a helmet, a full-size helmet that was a coffee maker.
Stand by. I will have the visual moment.
Yes, and then so you lifted the visor up, and the pot came out of it.
Oh, that's cool.
And Force, I think, signed some of them, and so we mailed them to all like the top 60 media people.
The best of the best.
We send them out, and everyone's like, these things are amazing. Look at that. It's spectacular. If you have one of these things, you need to hang on to it because I've been looking for one. I can't find them. Yeah, so it's signed. What's that? Is that 14-time champ?
I can't. I'm not tall enough to get up there.
Okay. Yeah. So anyway, we send these things out. Well, like later that year, like it's like past the U.S. Nationals or something. I'm talking to a media guy from California. This guy named Damian Dodier, who used to write for the Orange County Register. And we're talking. He's like, man, I really love that helmet Force sent out at the end of the year. And I was like, yeah, and it's a coffee maker. And he was like, what? I was like, yeah, it's a coffee maker. And he was like, no way. What? I just thought it was a helmet. I go, you didn't really look at the box? And he was like, no, I just got so excited. I pulled it out. So he had this coffee maker on his shelf just thinking it was a helmet because the power cord was tucked up inside it.
Yeah, wraps up underneath.
So he's like, I'm on the phone with him, and he's like, let me go look at this thing. He didn't believe me. And he was like, oh, yeah. And then he pulls it out, and it's like, oh, my God, I could have been making coffee in this thing.
Why would you ruin that?
So that was very funny. And then the other thing I have is
yeah,
show and tell
I'm never
time.
Making coffee in that thing.
Yeah,
although
when I Saw Elvis at 1,000 Feet book came out. This really cool book. Force sent a bunch to people, and he signed mine. I was the Motorplex at the time. So it's 90, he goes, so he signs, Elon, thanks for the coverage. John Force, your friend, 1995 champion. So I'm talking to Mark Zeski at the Dallas Morning News. Man, what'd you think about that I Saw Elvis at 1,000 Feet book? And he's like, man, he goes, I loved it. And I go, what did Force write inside yours? And he's like, I don't know. I just kind of started looking through the pictures, and I didn't really check out the front of it. So he goes and pulls it out of his desk at the Dallas Morning News, and Force had started here and written full-page note to Zeski, carried it over, and then went over like 3 pages worth of
heartfelt
platitudes from Force. And this guy had no idea. He's like, man, he goes, I'm really glad. He goes, I get all this stuff, and this was really cool, but I almost gave it away. And I'm just like, what? Yeah, so the Force Christmas gifts, it was like an internal arms race. I think the coffee machine, for sure, one of the best ones.
Yeah, I was when I got that coffee machine. So first of all, thank you, Mark, for killing the whole Christmas gift idea by almost giving away the book, man. Come on, right? Like back in the day, we joked about this on a past show. Like if Kenny Bernstein came on your media show, you got a signed letter.
Yeah.
Signed Kenny thanking you. That's what the sport was at one time. Like
in the mail.
Like, thank you for inviting me on your show. It was amazing. And that's where drag racing was. And then, now
I did media. I did some media gifts for Order Communications. I still try to do some stuff just throughout the year and stuff, but it's just kind of hard because it's just fragmented. And
I used to send my great sponsors and the people who help WFO, like Rodax, coffeeandgirls.com, and Frank Hawley. But COVID knocked all that out of me, man. Yeah. Like the extra work after the season. Like maybe next year I'll try to bring it back. But look, I post on Facebook and Instagram and Twitter, Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays, gift, and that's sad. I should try to figure out how to be better.
Listen, we do the same thing at my company. It's like COVID knocked it out. We would do personalized gifts for people. Now it's like, hey, here comes Buntinis from Nothing But the Cake. I'm trying to feed the entire staff now. It's like,
speaking of just finding stuff inside my John Force book, this just fell out, which is actually a physical ticket from back in the day that Brittany signed from 2016. Thanks for getting me here and making the first Top Fuel win possible, Brittany Force. That's something you can't get now because we don't do the physical tickets.
Guys, Rob Hedrick is out there.
Yes, Rob Hedrick from Warner Brothers.
Yep,
he's a big Hollywood mucky muck now.
The coffee sold on eBay for $100 this week. $100, really? Yeah. I got $100.
That is a 300% increase on what we paid for him.
Wow. Yeah, but autograph, 14-time autograph, man. Right. That's some moment in time.
I have a friend that had we got him a helmet when he retired from the Motorplex, and at that time, Force was 12-time champion. And Greg brought that helmet back to every race, and it had John Force 12-time champion, and then he had him scratch it out, 13-time champ, 14-time champ. Basically, just has this helmet as just like all the incremental add-ons. It's the coolest thing ever.
That is. Have you ever been with Force for New Year's?
I've never been with Force for New Year's. And I'm trying to think. I've been with Force for the Super Bowl. But no other holiday. I mean, it's not even like luckily, I've always been able to be with my family, but I don't know. Force would always go to Tahoe. I got invited to Tahoe a couple times, but I never went. Jennifer and I drove through Tahoe a couple years ago, and we just happened to be driving by the main ring road. And as we're at a stop sign, I see Bobby Force ride by on a bicycle, and then Brittany Force was right behind him. So we make the turn, and, again, it's Tahoe. It's like 30 miles per hour. We pull up right beside Brittany, and she's just riding her bike, minding her own business. and I roll my window down, and I just start screaming at her about how Brittany Force sucks. Steve Torrance is the best top fuel driver ever. Blah, blah. And she's just like trying to ignore me. And then she's finally like, what is going on? And then she's like, Elon, what are you doing here? And I was like, I just busted your chops. But could you imagine? So then we followed her to the Force house at Tahoe.
That's funny. Could you imagine just Elon just harassing people? Hey, Steve Torrance, you suck.
Drag freeze up.
Is that a cat? Oh, look at that.
Jerry has now come for a visit.
I love how Rob posted that helmet. It was sold as weird helmet with power cable.
Yeah.
It's a coffee maker.
Well,
yeah. So his update now is one is active on eBay right now for $199.
Well,
this is the best thing about Rob Hedrick. Rob Hedrick's probably producing a major motion picture right now. Listen to this podcast and search at eBay.
He's probably right now got Brad Pitt and Matthew McConaughey in his office. He's like, hang on one, fellas. Yeah. I got to take care of some business here real quick.
So Rob Hedrick, for those that don't know, was like, I don't know, was he like Scotty? He was like the Scotty of the TV.
Kind of, yeah.
Like he had to figure it out. Like that was his job. And Rob has moved on beyond the NHRA. Rob, miss you, bud. Like,
yes.
Like I was worried, like maybe Rob hates me.
Well, he did. Hey, Joe, he did say this when he came on. Hold on.
He's also a Renaissance man because he was a big weather chaser.
Yes.
He was a big storm chaser.
What's that say? I can't see that.
Said Rob
two
Hedrick,
of my three favorite people.
So maybe he does hate you, Joe. Who knows?
Yeah, he knows.
But I always, like I could tell that the guy, I have a lot of great respect for his abilities because he's a solution. He's a solution waiting for a problem.
The plot thickens. How could anyone hate Joe? So that means it's me or Logan.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
All right.
Yeah. So Rob was super helpful behind the scenes with talking funny cars with Buddy Hull off the ground.
Oh, perfectly. Absolutely.
Yes, because when I was putting that idea,
waiting for a problem to solve.
I got this deal about like, hey, here's the digital parameters to make your show and how it has to be compatible. And it was like a 4-page document that was talking about this kind of wavelength and this data, this. And I was just like, hey, man, I don't understand this. And he was like, okay. He's like, this is what it really means. And then I was able to get with Warren Evans and we got it all sorted out. Yes, it is. And you're great at it.
My lighting was like, meh. And he jumped on a Zoom call one day with me and he was like, grab a light, do this, put it on the ground, put it this. He goes, all right, that's good. He goes, oh, there it is, man. That's good.
And the great thing is when we do all the Zoom calls, Rob has like in his office and he has like the background and it looks like a complete fake JPEG background because it's just awards like Emmys and all these crazy awards, tellies and all this stuff. And you're like, oh, that's a really cool like JPEG background. And he's like, no, he's like, just turns around. Oh,
yeah.
This is the Emmy that I won for doing XYZ. And here's this thing. So
Rob is a very smart man.
He is. And he'll be missed, but I look forward to his future stuff. So hello, Joe Morrison.
Nitro Joe Morrison's out there, Joe.
Hey. Joe.
Nicole Clark says we all need cough drops on this channel. Maybe Joe can hook us up to that COPD machine and see if he can get us all fixed up.
Joe had a great post of all his licenses, and he's almost Alex Laughlin level. I think he could give Alex Laughlin a run for his money on all the various licenses he has because Buddy Hull made a post.
I challenge Nitro Joe Morrison to get his Pro Stock motorcycle license.
No. I think he's built more like me. I think he's more likely to get his Top Fuel Harley license.
Yes.
But
Joe's
Buddy Hull did a post about
high-level musician.
Yeah. Yes. The people that have a Top Fuel and Funny Car license is based on the population of the planet. And it's like 1 in 800 million people on the planet. Like the elite of the elite of the elite. And then Joe Morrison posted about that and then tried to guess who all the double licensee guys are, like besides him and J.R. Todd and Sean Langdon and, Jordan Vandergriff, I guess now, Austin Prock.
Caps keep his Top Fuel license.
Yeah, I don't know if Caps is still active or not.
Saved my bacon way back in the day. prior to my NHRA time, I was invited to be the announcer of the Pro Winter Warm-Up at Palm Beach International Raceway.
Right.
The one track that somehow has not yet been purchased. I mean, come on, guys, with money. Let's go buy the track. South Florida, too rich for your blood, huh? I get it. But anyway, they just tasked me with coming up with someone to sing the national anthem. And I was like,
that'll happen.
Nobody. Guess who steps into the breach? Nitro
Joe Costello.
Joe Morrison.
Well, the Joe and Joe show, I handed off to this guy, and he did a great bluesy version of the national anthem. Joe. So if you ever need an anthem singer, he's your guy.
You know,
also,
that kills me too with the anthem singers. Listen, if you don't have one, just play the national anthem and let the crowd sing it. Just let the crowd sing it.
The Marine Corps.
Also, I will name drop on Joe's behalf because of his work with COPD and Right to Breathe. He is acquaintances, probably getting close to friends with the great Lyle Lovett.
Oh wow!
Because that is a little they've done some things together on the COPD front.
Interesting.
Which is just
listen. So NHRA 75 is the year for anybody with any connection of any kind, celebrity.
Get your people out here.
Get them out there.
Get your people out here. And it's a really cool experience. So do we need to pay some bills before the show?
No, we're good.
Okay.
Let's look back at 2025.
Yes.
Let's see I'm going to show you some pictures and let's just see what we got on here. How about this? Remember when that happened?
Oh.
No.
In Bristol?
Super Grip Thunder Valley Nationals. Yes, where Ron Capps always wins, Bristol.
Yes.
Yep.
And
that place.
Are we going to have a new surface at Bristol this year? I think
so, yes.
Who knows? Let's see. How about this moment from last year?
Yeah, I was going to say the Corey Reed win at Sonoma was fantastic.
I posted
that was one of my highlights.
2 best of shows so far, which really, the whole concept of best of is ridiculous when the archive is available at all times. And the Corey Reed winner interview was one of them.
Yeah.
That was as highlight as it gets. Corey, good guy. Everybody loves him. And he won.
And I think his tour of taking the Wally back to the land of the Lorax was also really well received.
That's great. How about this young lady winning another championship?
Wow. How about that one?
Yes.
Oh, gosh. The behind the scenes of that event. Wild. Me and Nikki yelling at each other and all kinds of stuff, but it came through 3 in a row. I hear.
Speaking of rule changes.
Next year, I hear we have some heavy hitters that have decided that enough is enough with this Gianna Evaristo stuff, and that we got some major players that are coming in to knock her off the top.
Even better.
I think they're going to take a page from the Ida Zetterstrom book. Ida had that unique technique of how she was consuming her ice cream.
Yep.
That I think that's going to come into play with someone that's just going to bite just go vanilla and just
be there in the walk, guys. You don't want to miss it. You know what? It's funny you mentioned that, like the near misses, right? Like if we kept that's a near miss. If Ida hadn't accidentally gotten mint chocolate chip, forcing her to chew, everybody knows you don't get anything with a nut or a chocolate that you have to chew. You just say she would have won. Ida would have won. It was close.
Yeah.
Yep. How about this? Seattle and Jason's Feast of Fury.
Yeah, your whole buffet you had going on there.
The scones,
yeah.
I
those scones from Seattle, that on point.
Nikki Shealy's proud because that was her pick. The scones, she knows, and they were great. They were great.
There's Joe trying to go to the bathroom at Uptown Scoops.
Yep. He's just
with me and Nikki.
Some guys are lactose intolerant, Jason. They just when they get their ice cream, they got to go.
Look,
goes right through them.
Tolerance. That was good. That was good. That was a good, clean restroom there. I got.
There's Elin. There's Elin with the Ashley's.
I'm so proud that Jason has prepared for this.
Yes.
Back through the photo.
Also, you just need that is the picture that has now officially replaced the snow skier crashing on ABC Wide World of Sports as the thrill of victory and agony of defeat photo.
Right. But who can forget Joe taking his sweet time in the Skag box?
Oh, yeah.
Texting out pictures and things of that nature.
Bring that up, Jason. I developed that halfway through the season. I forget where were we there? Where is that?
I think that's St. Louis, actually.
Yeah.
I saw that Mr. Glady's Skag box was not receiving any attention. I decided to go over there and focus the attention and did my report from the Skag box.
That looks like Steinbrenner in the Yankees suite at a,
yeah, right.
He just has a suite to himself. I can't be bothered with underlings. I'm just going to enjoy my lordship from the comforts of this VIP section by myself.
Exactly. I think one of the highlights for me for the entire season was this guy. That guy vacuuming was just tremendous. All weekend long.
We're bringing him back for the 75th anniversary. We're going to have him vacuum at every event.
He has to be.
The audience needs to understand that this is no exaggeration. This is a serious topic. The new tower in Indianapolis, this gentleman took his job so seriously. He was vacuuming. Like if we were doing 9-hour days, this guy was vacuuming 8 hours of 9-hour day.
Oh, crazy. For sure, when we were not in there, they were making Intel microchips. That's how clean he was keeping that area.
But look at the wait. Let's go back. Look at the little carpet he's vacuuming. I mean, it's just a tiny car. Who cares?
For the NHRA cost savings department, we could purchase 3 rugs. we could get the guy off there, just swap the rugs.
That's what happened when a room rug has sex with a doormat. That's the offshoot. Was that rug was just okay. It's 3 times the size of a doormat, but it's not really big enough to do anything else with.
But it came back in Charlotte.
We got back to it.
I mean, he's got a lot more surface to clean, but that other guy in Indy was on point.
Cleanliness is important, not only to the race teams and the announce staff, but also to the tracks and the facilities. Yeah. We thank them for their cleanliness.
Oh, so it was such a good season. I'm very sad that it was over. I thought it was a great season.
Yes.
I'm looking forward to this next season. This next season is going to be ridiculous.
It's going to be off the hook. It's going to be so crazy. Next week, Jason, maybe we could do our 2026 predictions.
Okay, I'll predict.
And
we could definitely do that. I'm excited. I mean, Joe, over under. Do we get 10 sellouts next year?
Oh man, that's a tough one. Individual days, I'll say over.
Yeah.
Because for sure, the X factor is going to be the 3 new tracks. They will all sell out.
Yeah,
so we got 4. We got South Georgia Motorsports. 131.
Maryland.
Oh, and I was forgetting about Rockingham.
I forgot of Rockingham too until I saw it today.
Apologies to Rockingham.
Yeah. I keep telling people
we're going to have so much fun if they let us into that Winston suite on the 3rd floor of the tower. If they let us in there, oh my God, it's going to be a lot.
Why not, Joe?
I guarantee you, if we got in there, there's a pack of Winstons from 1984 still in the cabinet somewhere.
Guaranteed, 100%.
Listen,
there's some solid trucker hats, like with the rope across here.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, I've got though I don't like wearing the Winston gear. Obviously, I love it. I have nostalgia for it, but at the same time, it is Winston, right? Cigarettes, and it is what it is. But
wait, hold on. Here's a good question.
TV show, by the way, the Vice TV show is a huge deal. We should go after the turn of the year. Heavy promotion for the Vice television show.
Question: will Jason be on it? That's a huge question.
Yeah.
On
or
what?
Will I get on the Vice TV show, or will I get cut out?
I didn't even get invited.
Me neither.
Give my
listen. Here's the deal. If I'm in it, I will be shocked. Because I
bet you will, because you gave some hot sports opinions. They're going to use that.
I did get some takes that I might get in trouble for. So who knows?
Yeah.
Question: are you guys going to Spencer Courtney wedding in February, Joe?
I'm not. I've already seen the whole thing. I've gotten the personalized Courtney pre-game tour when we were with Buddy Hall, Elon, in the stockyards.
Yes,
walked me from location to location. Told me what was going to happen. and why, and then the duration, and then the next location. And of course, I signed off on all of it. I thought it was tremendous, and I felt like that's better.
You have my blessing. You have the blessing.
Yeah, great.
Yeah, I went to the first one, first Courtney wedding. I don't know if maybe that's the reason why I'm not getting invited.
Do we really need to talk about first weddings and all? I mean, come on, guy.
I'm just saying. I was there at the first one.
Went
all the way to Kane.
What a Logan move right there.
Yeah, exactly. Bringing up the negative.
Listen, it's all part of history. It's if you can't, you have to remember history so you don't repeat history.
Jason.
That's what I'm saying. I wasn't being negative on that.
Don't go negative. Don't go negative. That's your new. Do you have a New Year's resolution?
Not to go negative. Trying to.
Okay. Elon?
I am going to try to be more living in the moment at the racetracks and really enjoy being around the people. Because sometimes it gets
you're not doing that. Like it feels like you are.
No, because I'm always I'm always focused on Bracket Bonanza or my clients, but I'm just going to try to just stop and smell the roses a little bit more and make Abby work more. Just make her do stuff, and then I can just wander around. That
works. That's why Joe brings out all these other announcers, so Joe can go off and do other things.
Oh man, the local regional announcer deal worked out so well this year for me and Jason Galvin. I feel like we had
big fan of that.
Good time. Not having to get there for the first minute, stay to the very last minute was very helpful in finding stories. You didn't ask me, but I'll tell you. My New Year's resolution is try to be a little healthier out there, guys. I am fat. I'm telling you, the ate so good second half of the season.
I can get on board with that too.
Eating like animals, maybe some sort of exercise.
What about you? You mean you're not going to eat like this, Joe? Not going to go down that road anymore, Joe. What are we talking about?
Great.
We got to have steaks.
Your ability to just pull that up is so impressive. Now, here's a fun fact that Hannah Rickards and I talked about. Hannah, who is an avid runner, of trying to do 5Ks at events. Looking at it in Gainesville on a Saturday morning, is there a 5K somewhere? Because they always are early. So you could easily run a 5K and then still be at the track by 9 o'clock in the morning on Saturday.
Yeah, Jason,
that sounds great.
Scoffing. I also think it's impossible. If you could do that once. Jason, didn't you ever get the email that I sent you? A video that I received of Elon?
Doing what? At the wedding?
Dancing at the wedding?
What?
Where did I put that one?
Yeah. Here we are at the end of the year. I send you all kinds of great stuff that I get from my.
I know. I thought I played it. I don't have it, but there he is dancing.
Yes.
But I have video in living color.
Oh, oh my God. Oh, yeah. That should probably be saved for the archives.
At PRI, it was given to me.
Yeah, Elon, this idea of 5Ks is really going over like a lead balloon. Look at Michaela. She's like, are you out of your mind?
Yeah. Well, the funny thing about that picture is I'm completely human eclipsing the entire Wilkerson family. Dan Wilkerson and his lovely bride are right behind me in that photo.
Yeah, Dan was very upset with that. He's the one that sent me that picture. He goes, "Hey, you can't even see me and the wife."
No, I'm going to be more mindful of that too. Maybe not blocking people out of photos.
By the way, here's Keith. You are on this Todd Rundgren thing, I'm playing it, but you don't like bang on the drum. All right, now you got to give me one.
Who is Todd Rundgren?
You know who Todd? I don't want to work.
Was he in 9 Inch Nails?
Hang on, no, he's not 9 Inch Nails.
Yay! All right, I actually have to start getting ready for a New Year's Eve shindig.
5 minutes of the show. What's everybody's plan for the big turn to 2026? The second quarter of the century.
Yes. Progressive party with 12 other couples. We're the final stop. We're the 10:30 to midnight stop.
Progressive party like Flock of Seagulls or
game nights at one place from 7:30 to 9. Okay. And then more games at another place from 9 to 10:30, and then we're going to cap it off at our place for Netflix Pictionary, and Champagne.
That's wonderful. What about you,
That's
Jason?
awesome. I will be at the Marriott Grand Vista, DJing from 9:30 to 12:30. Thank you very much.
Oh my! All right, we expect to see some videos of
Joe. Are you with Pitbull again?
Yes.
Dale.
No. So my wonderful friends Gio and Sharika, we're gonna have like a little family gathering.
Nice.
Once the Canes Ohio State game happened on the same time, things began to gain momentum, and it is now going to be bigger than Project X, and the whole world is going to be there. It's going to be bigger than Melons, and all the big party references in your life. Think of that, and then add.
Yes. So I'm sure there'll be some live texting during the Miami game, Joe, between us, because I know you're super invested in it, and I am too. So
yes. Now,
listen. Go beat Ohio State, Joe. Beat them.
Yes, go beat Ohio State.
Oh, guys, like it's not for the national championship, but it would be the most minor of revenge for the national championship. Yes. You may recall the champagne bottles were popped. They were in the locker room. Everyone was celebrating. And then all of a sudden they threw a flag and they pulled everybody back out onto the field. 2002. It was a travesty, one of the greatest travesties in college sport.
You got robbed, Joe. You got robbed.
Well, whatever. No one's thinking about that anymore.
No, not thinking about that at all.
Yeah.
We're only worried about today. It's going to be fun. All right, guys, I'll let you wrap up. Obviously Merry Christmas, but Happy New Year. I'm glad you guys decided to do the show. To everybody out there, share the show, guys.
This is some good content that you're not going to get anywhere else. No one else is talking drag racing live.
And this was good stuff. You covered a lot of great stuff. The Forest coffee pot, like that alone.
I'm gonna go see if I can get my hands on one of those.
Yeah, well, now listen.
Check eBay.
Somebody said $200, but have the one that's been in the WFO radio studio that was given to Joe Costello. That one can be yours for a mere $1,000. Hit me up.
Someone probably will, Joe. Someone probably will. This guy diving out on that.
All right, Jason. Great show. Happy New Year. Enjoy your time DJing tonight, and we'll hook up next Wednesday.
Yes, sir. Sounds
all right,
good.
Dude.
All right, guys. Happy New
This is WFO Radio.